As I walked through the gates of the local animal shelter, the family chorus of barks and whines greeted me, each a unique voice in a sea of unspoken stories. It was here, amidst the cacophony of canine conversation, that I began to truly understand the depths of connection that exists between humans and their dogs, particularly with a breed as noble and complex as the German Shepherd. The shelter was my sanctuary, a place where I could escape the bustling monotony of everyday life. Each dog I met had a story, but none spoke to me quite like the German Shepherd. Their eyes, deep pools of intelligence and emotion, seemed to look right through me, understanding more than I could ever vocalize. I recall one German Shepherd whose unofficial name was Shadow. Due to his tendency to silently follow volunteers around, Shadow didn't need a leash. He was always there, a few paces behind, his presence a comforting, protective shadow. This behavior, I learned, was emblematic of the breed's loyalty and herding instincts. In their eyes, we were part of their pack, and they are silent guardians. Shadow's consistent follow-up was more than a mere habit. It was a sign of a deep-seated bond. He was not just following me, he was watching over me. His silent footsteps were a constant reminder of his unspoken pledge to be there, a testament to the unbreakable bond that forms between a German Shepherd and their humans. Our interactions often involved long periods of eye contact. It was as if Shadow was trying to communicate in a language beyond words, his gaze deep and knowing. This meaningful eye contact was more than a simple look. It was a bridge of trust and love, a nonverbal connection that spoke volumes about the bond between us. When Shadow looked into my eyes, I felt like he was peering into my soul, understanding my thoughts and feelings without a single word being spoken. This profound level of communication, facilitated by nothing but a gaze, was a clear indicator of the special bond we shared, reminiscent of the deep connection a child has with his parent. One day, as I sat on a bench, lost in thought, Shadow came and gently rested his head on my lap. This simple act of seeking physical contact was his way of finding comfort and connection. It was not just a need for closeness, it was a silent affirmation of our bond, reminiscent of the way a child seeks the reassuring presence of a parent. Shadow's desire for physical contact was a clear sign of his emotional attachment to me. It was as if he was saying, "You are my family, my safe place." This need for closeness was not just about physical warmth, it was about finding emotional solace in each other's presence, a hallmark of the profound bond shared between a German Shepherd and their human parent. Shadow's protective instincts were never overbearing, but always present. When new volunteers came, he would stand slightly in front of me, his body language calm yet alert. This wasn't aggression, but a clear indication of his commitment to my safety, a trait inherent in the German Shepherd breed. This protective behavior was a sign of Shadow's deep sense of responsibility towards me. He wasn't just a pet, he was a guardian, a noble protector who saw it as his duty to ensure my well-being. This trait is common in German Shepherds, who are known for their fierce loyalty and protective instincts, akin to a parent's instinct to protect their child. As the days turned into weeks, my bond with the German Shepherds at the shelter, especially with Shadow, deepened. Each interaction, each shared moment, seemed to weave a more complex tapestry of mutual understanding and affection. The reality of our bond hit me hardest when observing their reactions to my departure. Shadow, in particular, would exhibit a subtle change in demeanor. His ears would droop slightly, and a soft whine would escape his throat as I walked away. This was more than just a routine response. It was a manifestation of genuine separation anxiety, a clear sign of the deep attachment he had formed with me. Their distress was not just an expression of dependency, but a poignant reminder of the emotional depth these animals possess. Shadow's reaction to my leaving was a heart-wrenching display of the bond we had formed. His behavior was akin to that of a child feeling the absence of a parent, a profound display of love and attachment. This separation anxiety, while painful to witness, was a clear indicator of the depth of our connection, a bond that was as emotionally significant for him as it was for me. Conversely, the joyous reunions upon my return were always a highlight. Shadow would greet me with an exuberant display of affection, his tail wagging furiously, his entire body quivering with excitement. This enthusiastic welcome was more than just a greeting. It was a celebration, a physical manifestation of the joy and relief he felt at our reunion. It was in these moments that I truly felt like more than just a volunteer, but a valued member of his pack, his family. Each reunion was like a scene of pure joy, where Shadow's actions conveyed an unmistakable message of love and happiness. His joyful leaps and exuberant barks were akin to a child's uncontained excitement at the return of a parent. This behavior was not only a testament to the joy he felt in my presence, but also a reflection of the deep emotional connection we shared, a bond that was as joyful as it was profound. One particularly memorable day, Shadow brought me a well-worn tennis ball, dropping it at my feet with a look of expectancy. This act of gift-giving, though simple, was laden with significance. It was a gesture of trust and affection, akin to a child presenting a beloved toy to their parent. In the canine world, sharing such treasures was a sign of deep trust and a desire to share happiness. This seemingly small act was a significant moment in our relationship. Shadow's decision to bring me a gift, something he valued, was a sign of his affection and trust. It was as if he was saying, "You are important to me." This behavior is often seen in dogs who view their human companions as more than just caretakers. They see them as family, as parents, and the sharing of possessions is a clear indicator of this bond. As time went on, I noticed how attentively Shadow listened to my commands. His obedience was not born of fear or submission, but of respect and trust. He would sit, stay, or come at my gentle prompts, his actions reflecting not just his intelligence, but also his perception of me as a leader, a figure of authority and safety in his world. Shadow's responsiveness to my instructions was a key aspect of our relationship. His willingness to listen and obey was not merely a result of training, it was a sign of his respect and trust in me. In a way, it mirrored the respect and obedience a child has for a parent, born out of love and trust, rather than fear or dominance. This respectful bond is a significant aspect of the relationship between a German Shepherd and their human, highlighting a deep level of mutual understanding and respect. Despite their size and strength, I was struck by how respectfully the German Shepherds treated personal space. Shadow would follow me closely, yet never intrusively. His presence was a constant yet gentle reminder of his protective nature, a trait that made him not just a companion, but a guardian. This respect for personal space was another sign of the deep bond we shared. Shadow's ability to be close, without being overbearing, was akin to the way a child learns to respect the personal space of a parent, yet remains close enough to feel secure and protected. This behavior is a testament to the intelligence and sensitivity of the German Shepherd breed, showing their ability to be protective yet respectful companions. As our bond strengthened, I began to notice the subtle ways Shadow and the other German Shepherds sought to support me. On days when I felt low, Shadow seemed to sense my mood, staying close, offering silent companionship. His actions went beyond instinct. They were deliberate attempts to comfort and reassure. It was in these moments of emotional bonding that I truly understood the depth of our connection. The way he looked at me, the way he responded to my emotions, was a clear testament to the genuine affection and understanding he held for me. This emotional bonding was perhaps the most profound of all the signs. It was a reminder that the relationship between a German Shepherd and their human is not just about companionship or loyalty, it's about a deep, emotional connection that transcends simple pet owner dynamics. Shadow's ability to connect with me on an emotional level, to sense and respond to my feelings, was akin to the empathetic connection a child has with a parent, a bond that is intuitive as it is deep. In my journey with Shadow and the other German Shepherds, I came to understand the multifaceted nature of their personalities and the depth of their emotions. These dogs were not just animals in need of care, they were complex beings capable of forming profound connections with humans. The way they saw me, not just as a caregiver, but as a parent figure, was a revelation, a heartwarming affirmation of the unique bond that can exist between a human and a dog.